Hey guys, Jennifer again. You might remember me from the last video I did in my living room. So today we're outside. We're going to do the exercises again, but with some added bonus stuff. I've got cards that have little numbers on them that'll keep the exercises a little more organized. So the first thing I want to talk about here is my back. I talked about my back being a little bit messed up last time, and a lot of people were saying, "Hey Jen, what are you talking about? How's your back messed up?" So I'm going to give you a little sneak peek at an x-ray here. This is an x-ray of my back, and the x-ray of my back is showing the scoliosis curvatures. I've got the lumbar curvature here and the thoracic curvature here. The X's are old disc herniations, and the 0 is a newer disc herniation from 2021. As you can imagine, this kind of curvature can actually cause a really bad amount of back pain, especially in the curvature, the inside of the curvature, like the concave part. It can actually atrophy because of the way my back is curved. So if your back looks better than this on x-ray, you'll probably do a lot better than I will with this exercise program. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put this phone down, and we're going to get started with a demonstration. Here's a Roman hyperextension bench that you saw last time in the video in my living room. Same thing, only this time we're outdoors. And I'm going to be going through a demonstration of the Roman chair or Roman hyperextension bench. And the hyperextension is something I'm going to touch on in exercise number 7. So hopefully that'll give you a better idea of what they mean when they're saying hyperextension. All right, let's get started. The first thing I'm going to show you is just hanging. The important thing that you got to know about this is that this thing is counteracting gravity. Every day you're walking around in your regular life, you're always right side up, and gravity's always crushing your spine down, always compressing your vertebrae together. And it's causing back pain. And the more sedentary your lifestyle, the less active you are, the more back pain you're probably going to have, especially when you're an adult. All right, let's get going. So, when you get up on your hyperextension bench, you can either use this middle rail as a kind of step up, or you can get a stool if you're a little bit more petite. So I'm going to hop up, and I'm going to immediately go to a hanging position where from my pelvis to my head, I'm hanging upside down. A lot of people use the inversion tables, which invert your whole body. But I don't really like those because they stretch your knees and your ankles out, and that actually doesn't do anything to help you. It actually causes problems. Stretching your knees out and stretching your ankles out doesn't have a benefit. So sometimes I hang here for a couple of minutes, let my back kind of like fall, down to the ground, let it stretch out, let gravity pull me the opposite way that it usually does. So I just like to hang here for a little bit. Okay, once you've had a little bit of time doing that, the next thing we're going to do is extend. That's number 2, extend. So it looks like this. You can do extensions where you hold yourself in position like this. Maybe you can do it for 30 seconds, maybe you can do it for 60 seconds. You might want to work up to a longer time. You want your body to be really prone and straight. You can also do more rapid reps like this. I do about 30 a day of those to keep my spine strong and keep my back from being in pain. Okay, this is number 3. This is the curl. Okay, the curl. And this is what you might call an inverted stomach curl. It kind of takes the place of some of the properties of a sit-up. So it looks like this. I do about 20 of those a day. It really helps keep the front part of my core strong as well as the back part that is strengthened through the extensions. All right, here's a hard one. This is called Superman. And it's pretty tough and something you'd have to work up to when you get used to doing number one, which is the extension. Actually, number two is the extensions. All right? So it's a back extension, but you're going to put your arms out like Superman, like this. And holding it for any length of time is kind of hard. So even I'm not very good at that one. Okay, number 5, it's always important to remember, take a break and just hang, right? So we started out with hanging, we're gonna go back to hanging, letting your spine just stretch out, taking a break between the exercises. And like a lot of people, I have some knee problems, and if my knees feel too stretched out, I can just take one of them, bend it a little bit, release it, take the other one, bend it a little bit, release it, and you can do that over and over to relieve knee pain if you have that. Okay. Hop up off this thing, make sure you use the handlebars to keep your body stable. I'm going to show you the sit-up. The sit-up is that's my neighbor's getting back. The sit-up is something you can do on the floor, but there's an added benefit that is provided to you by doing it on the hyperextension bench. Let me show you that. First, adjust your bar down 1, maybe 2 notches. When you're doing a sit-up, your ankle hook position needs to be lower. Hook your feet under here and scoot out so that you're not seated on this cushion. You don't want your butt to be on this. You want your butt to be out over air, over nothing. And that's going to provide you with a better workout. So what you want to do is you want to go back like this and then do your sit-ups like this. You don't want to go backwards. You want to keep your body prone. Don't let your body hyperextend too much. So I do about 20 of these per day. You can put your arms behind your head, like that. You can put your arms out in front of you, like that. You can cross your arms on your chest like this. Whatever feels best and most comfortable for you. Okay. Next, this is a really risky thing to do. So I'm going to encourage everybody who's trying to do this to be really strong and be really ready before you attempt to do this. You can actually really, really hurt yourself. And if you have been diagnosed with something like spinal stenosis or any kind of serious injury, do not attempt this. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a medical professional. I'm just a person with scoliosis who's figured out how to alleviate some pain by using this Roman chair. So when you do this, be very cautious, be very slow, don't get hurt. Okay, adjust your ankle bar back up. Hook your legs underneath. Remember, your butt is over nothing. Your butt is not sitting here, it's just over air. And if you need to adjust your ankle bar lower because you're taller, you can do that. But unfortunately, it doesn't go any higher than what I have on. I'm 5'8". Okay, here's your back bend. Be very slow and be incremental. Think about each vertebra going down into the back bend. And if you think you cannot get back up after you see me do this, do not attempt it. Make sure your core is strong enough to get back up, because otherwise you might get stuck down there and need to be rescued. Here we go. Get your hands on the ground, give it a little push, grab your handlebars and get back up. You can do reps of that. You can leave your body in that position for a period of time. But as I said, just be really careful not to get hurt with that one. It's pretty tough on your core and your back. Okay. The twist. I demonstrated this last time in the video, and it's pretty simple. There's a variation on it that I'm going to show you in number 9. But the twist is excellent for the oblique muscles on the sides of your body. So let me show you number 8. So we're back on the same position as before. You want to take both hands and put them towards your right. One is here and one is here. You can position it however you want. And pull your body so that your core is twisted and your left oblique is completely stretched out. Your right one will be crunched up. Reverse it. And again, push with this hand down on the stand really, really hard, and your back will be stretched out pretty well. Again, I'm pulling. You can consider it pushing or pulling as long as you're applying pressure to the base. So that is the twist. The next one is what I call thread the needle. I don't know if you can tell, I tried to draw a needle with a thread in it. Thread the needle. This is a variation on the twist. So you're going to go down just like you did before. And you're going to take your right hand and thread it through to the left bar, the left handlebar, and take your left hand and grab the right stand. And it's an even more extreme oblique twist. But it's going to help you get a lot more workout than the previous twist. Thread the needle is really great for keeping flexibility in your core. Okay. All right. This is, sorry, I gotta pull my pants up. That happened. So this is the final thing for today. It's a bonus material that I did not have in my last video. It's a rotation. The rotation is something you have to be really, really strong and really, really practiced with before you can actually do it safely. So this, number 10, like number 7, is something you should be practiced, strengthened, and ready to try. Don't get hurt with this. And most of all, with this little guy, don't lose your balance. You can with the rotation. Here we go. Back up on the stand like we were before. Here we are in a Roman chair, upside down again. You can put your hands on your head, or you can cross them over your body. But we're gonna first start with a clockwise rotation. So going to the left, coming up, and coming back down. You can continue the rotation like this. And then you can reverse it to counterclockwise. Sometimes I think the reason I lose my balance is that my back is crooked. Anyway, so that'll help you get some really good flexibility in your core. Okay, pop it up again. Always grab your handlebars to keep yourself stable when you're popping up off of your Roman chair. Listen guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate any comments or criticisms or anything you have to say. I love to get feedback. I love to improve what I'm doing here. Thank you again for watching. Have a strong spine day.